Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is NXT. We are back in the Hammerstein Ballroom after what was a takeover to remember. Takeover Chicago was absolutely incredible from top to bottom, including an absolutely jaw-dropping main event. That has passed us, and now the road to Brooklyn begins, and it begins tonight with our main event of the evening. Coming up for you, Elias goes one-on-one against Jay Lethal, promising to be an entertaining contest. But tonight we start with the manager of the new NXT Tag Team Champions, Bret the Hitman Hart. And Bret, tell us what you gotta say. So following on from that, my next question is a pretty simple one. What's next for the new foundation? Bret the Hitman Hart there, ladies and gentlemen, manager of the new NXT Tag Team Champions, the new foundation, with quite a bit to say regarding their future training for what is going to be a tough tag team title reign. There's no doubt about it, and we kick things off, funnily enough, on this episode of NXT with a tag team match. Perfect to take on the Street Profits. It is the Perfect 10 himself, Ty Dillinger, to come out first for this one. You know, it's been quite a while, I think, since we last saw the duo of Perfect in tag team action, because a lot of it's kind of been singles matches going the way of EC3. Not really seen too much of Dillinger, but when we have as well, it's not been good for him. A lot of defeats coming his way. EC3, of course, when was the last time we saw him? I think a few weeks ago when he faced Brian Cage in a one-on-one contest. So there we go. Things a little bit for the duo who call themselves Perfect. Well, it is time to see if they can bounce back here with their match against the Street Profits. The Street Profits, of course, last week's episode of NXT claimed their very first victory in this universe by defeating El Orgullo de Lucha. And now we see tonight how things will go for the Profits and, of course, for Perfect. As we... Hang on a minute. That is definitely not the theme of EC3. That's the theme of the Street Profits. What? Hang on. Hang on. Where is EC3? That is... I don't know what's happened to EC3. I don't know if he's been knocked out backstage. I don't know what the problem is here. You know, I look at this and all I can see is just similarities forming between what we saw with the American show-offs on SmackDown Live, of course, over the last month or so. And my concern is that this is going to happen again to this duo. I mean, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, you know, it's not as if they have to be all buddy-buddy. It's not as if they have to suddenly not wrestle the match. It's completely their prerogative to do as they please. But the big question is, where in the hell is EC3 right now? And I'm sure he wouldn't go around the way of waiting until everyone else was in the ring to make his way out. That's definitely not going to be the case. So what the hell is happening? Where is the 1%er? Like I said, this is Perfect's loss, of course, from the Street Profits gained. Would you look at that? Dillinger stands on his own. There really is no EC3 anywhere, and as the bell rings, Dillinger going out to the apron as if to question where the hell EC3 is. So as if he's looking around for him as he paces back and forth. Montez Ford quite confident in the ring, calling for the Perfect 10 to get in action right now, but I do not blame one bit the reaction we're seeing from Ty Dillinger. It is completely surprising to see EC3 is just nowhere. And Dillinger The second time this week, we're going to have to see a guy fight on his own. This one, though, hardly voluntary. But Dillinger will still fight on, stomping away at Montez Ford. He can take his aggression out of the Street Profits right now. As wherever the hell EC3 is, this could all be like with the American shows. This could be one big misunderstanding leading to a combination of errors. Or it could simply be the case that EC3 has just wound up and turned his back on Ty Dillinger. Montez Ford right now feeling confident, ducks under the clothesline. In comes Angelo Dawkins off the tag, and Dawkins bringing his body weight down to the back of Dillinger. Look out now, big time splash from Dawkins. As this match goes on, the only thing I can find myself wondering about is the state of perfect right now. Is what the hell have we just seen? EC3 isn't even here, and that's what makes him the biggest talking point of this match right now. The fact that you'd expect him to be not only on the apron, but in this ring right now, performing, looking for the victory. And it's just not happening. There is an empty spot in that corner where EC3 should be. And Dillinger cannot be pleased with what is transpiring. Huge time spear there by Dawkins. Saw those punches in the corner by Dillinger, really getting out his frustrations. But Dawkins now able to turn it around. Duck under, hip toss. And the longer this match goes on, the more it goes from bad to worse for Ty Dillinger. Double back elbows there from the Street Profits, who are firmly controlling this contest right now. Ford all over Dillinger. And still there is not a movement. Not an etchling. That would indicate that EC3 is about to make his way out here. So we have pretty much two conclusions to approach right now. And it's, you know, the speculation's going to run rampant, and I'm going to add fuel to it. Number one, EC3 was laid out backstage and he can't compete in this. We saw that happen with Cody Rhodes a few weeks ago. Number two, he's gone. He's walked out on Ty Dillinger. And until we see something from EC3 himself, we do not know the answer to that question. And that puts him in a big amount of trouble right now, but like I said, it is the Street Profits gain, and they are looking to gain on it. Dawkins with Dillinger in the corner, looking for back-to-back wins. Spinebuster from Dawkins, splash down from Ford. The Street Profits will capitalize on the issues in perfect and claim a second victory in just as many weeks. Congrats to the Profits on that one. A well-deserved win. I mean, you know, there's only so much they can do. It's not in their business to be making friends and to help out everyone in every corner. They've got to win matches at some point, and they did that right now. Perfect's problems are with Perfect. Their loss, as I said, is the Street Profits gain. Well, folks, we move on now to our next contest of the evening. Strap yourselves in. I think this is going to be a great one. Kassius, Ohno versus Jonathan Gresham. One-on-one here on NXT. Let's go with this one. Ohno came down to NXT per the instructions of Mr. Dredge following WrestleMania. Yes, I know it's been a discussion point all week long. We will have an update on Dredge on Raw. And that's where I will leave that. As for right now, Ohno versus Gresham. You know, Ohno, an incredibly hard striker, of course, a guy who can really throw in a good few hits. And then you've got Jonathan Gresham, an incredibly well-versed submission wrestler. Clashing styles, but one that can make for an incredibly entertaining match because, of course, the strikes of Ohno can be used against the submission of Gresham, but the larger, heavier, and harder-hitting Ohno can deny Gresham his opportunity to really get what he needs to win this matchup. It's going to be a good one. Definitely going to be a good one. Ohno ready to go. Looking to bounce back maybe looking to get some wins under his belt. I think the only times we've seen him, well, I can think about a loss to Brian Cage, but that's about it. Gresham, on the other hand, has been rising, building, picking up wins here and there. The Octopus doing well so far on NXT. Gresham heads towards the ring right now, focused on looking for another win. As I said, this is going to be, it's a very interesting test for Gresham. He has to try and work through the strikes, really, of Ohno and kind of deny them from happening if he wants the opportunity to leave with the victory here. It's going to be a much easier said than done process for Gresham. And that's just what adds to it. That's just what's make this matchup more entertaining. Striking versus grappling. They are two very different styles, but they can combine to make one very entertaining contest. We are ready to go here between these two men. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell is this? I only referenced his name once. And Brian Cage is walking out right now. Cage, who wasn't even meant to be here tonight. And he's heading towards the ring with the NXT Championship that he still holds in his hand. Brian Cage charging towards the ring. Gresham and Ohno looking on as if to say, what the hell is happening here? Cage will leave the title. Ohno comes charging up to him. And Ohno is trying to stare down with the champion as if to say, what is he doing here? Oh no! Cage! Brian Cage! Unloading on Ohno! Gresham should run! Weapon X from Cage! The champion floors one. Gresham goes nowhere. And oh my goodness, his head taken off with that lariat. Brian Cage assaulting Gresham in the ring right now. Drill claw to Gresham. The Machine taking care of business on NXT. The Machine seeking further destruction. Folks, I really do not know what to make of what we just saw there. That was brutal. And then some. Brian Cage handling the both of them, dismantling them, destroying them. And you could hear a sort of stunned silence in the NXT arena here in Hammerstein Ballroom, as if to say, what was that all about? And the real answer is, I don't know. Absolutely just shocking to bear witness to. Well, we got to move on here this evening. Hopefully Ohno and Gresham are okay. And Logan Wayne now got his hands cut out with a Machine that is quickly going out of control. Machine conquered man at TakeOver, and now he thinks he is better than it all. Well, we move on to our next contest now. Women's action. Charlotte, of course, who was taken out of the opportunity in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She was assaulted by Rhea Ripley backstage. We saw her laid out. Ripley took her spot and assisted in helping Tessa Blanchard win it. Charlotte, she makes her normal entrance, but you've got to imagine there is far from a positive expression right now. Positive emotions surging through Charlotte as she looks to recover with a victory here as she squares off one-on-one against Mickie James. I think we're about to see a very aggressive Charlotte looking to bounce back from that loss. Not the loss, looking to bounce back from being taken out of a match that she would have loved to have won. And Charlotte making sure that's felt early on, socking away here on Mickie James. Back suplex to her. Kick in the gut, and Charlotte can go to work now. Neck breaker connects. Mickie James in trouble already. Charlotte breaking down Mickie James like Brian Cage just did with Kassius Ohno and Jonathan Gresham. Oh, trade of chops there from the two women. Daughter, of course, of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. In the corner we go now. Monkey flip from Mickie James. She cannot capitalize on it, though. Charlotte putting it to the stop there. Charlotte now back suplex into that face buster. That could finish off Mickie James right there. Cover is made for the Wayne kick out. Charlotte continuing, though, her dominance in this contest right now. Just looking to break down, to beat down Mickie James here. looking to take out the anger that possesses her following Money in the Bank. She's had almost 2 weeks to reflect on it now. You can't imagine there's all that much thought process in Charlotte's head that's positive about being laid out in the back by Rhea Ripley and having her opportunity taken away from her. Again in with that face buster. Mickie James laid out. And once again, she's in trouble. Backpack stunner from Charlotte. Mickie James planted dead center, middle of the ring for Charlotte to take full advantage. She goes up high, incoming moonsault. Mickie James gets the knees up in time. James with the knees up in the perfect moment. And James now with the roll up. James with the roll up of Charlotte as she capitalizes. And she steals one. Mickie James has beaten Charlotte. A huge upset on NXT. Mickie James walks out with the win. Charlotte's time goes from bad to worse. Try to get rid of the aggravation for Money in the Bank. Only leaves with more possessing her. Big words there from The Miz, who seeks his own objective in NXT. We move on now, though, to our next contest of the evening here, ladies and gentlemen. You hear the theme of Roppongi 3K. It's not going to be another tag team match. It's not going to be another handicap match either. It is going to be one-on-one. Huge opportunity right now for Sho, as he will go one-on-one against the brand new NXT Global Champion, Hideo Itami. Itami, of course, picked up the win at Takeover Chicago. A huge upset, one that no one saw coming. Final hour was counted. Go to sleep connected. Itami 1, 2, 3. Won the title, stunned Chicago, and left with the title around his waist. Now, though, he heads into his first matchup here against Sho Roppongi 3K. 3K are a mighty fine tag team, of course. We all know that. We've all seen them in action in this universe. I see future tag team gold around these guys' waists. Absolutely no doubt about it in my mind. These guys have the potential to be absolutely incredible, but tonight it's going to be a great, I will say it's going to be a great opportunity for Sho, because it is. You're in the ring with a champion. You're in the ring with a chance to prove yourself. You are going to do everything you can to jump on that moment and try to pull off an upset on the scale of Hideo Itami's from Takeover Chicago. Itami, of course, for the longest time has demanded respect from the NXT crowd, demanded respect from everyone he's been in the ring with. Well, now with that title around his waist, he is going to get the respect he deserves, because there was no cheating, there was no underhanded tactics. There were in the build-up, I will admit, but in that match, I think Rush got too hot-headed, tried too much. Itami put him down to earth, and Itami put him to sleep. And that was goodbye to Lio Rush's 200-plus day reign as NXT Global Champion. Gone in a flash. Hideo Itami now holds on to that title, and what a turnaround of fortune it has been from Itami. From struggling in the team with Kushida, turning his back on him, to beating him in New Orleans, and now here he comes into the ring, the brand new NXT Global Champion. 2 titles changed hands at Takeover Chicago. Both of them were regarded as shocks. And this was the first one of the evening. Now we get to see what Itami is made of as he goes one-on-one against Sho here. What can he do in his first match with the NXT Global Championship around his waist? I don't think it would be that far-fetched to assume that Lio Rush is going to be watching this one on backstage. And if I was the former NXT Global Champion, I would be as well. Itami and Sho locking up here this evening. A great opportunity for Sho, of course. What can he do? Hideo Itami telling him to come on, telling him to give him a bit of a fight. Double knees there from both men. And Sho, put back down to earth. Itami, as if to say he's getting a little bit too big for his boots. And puts him back down to the right side. Backbreaker now. And let's see what Itami can do in his first match as champion. Let's see what he'll do in this contest with Sho. Double kicks there. Irish whip off the ropes now. Oh, look at the strength of Sho there, throwing Itami away. Nicely done indeed. And a suplex follows up after it. Tremendous work there from Sho. Let's see what Roppongi with the harder hitting member of Roppongi 3K can do here. With Yo watching on, I wonder if he'll try and get involved. Try and disrupt things for his fellow countrymen in this contest. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out, I suppose, as this matchup continues on. Nice little kick there from Itami. Here come the strikes now. Dangerous strikes of Hideo Itami, as we know. Running big boot in the corner. Down goes Sho there. He catches the kick and gets a spinning heel kick of his own. Caught Itami flush in the face there. Look out. Powerbomb. Set out powerbomb. Middle of the ring. Covers made. Kick out. Credit where it's due. Sho's doing a good job so far. He has taken the fight to Hideo Itami right from the opening bell. He wants that upset over the NXT Global Champion. Imagine what it would be like for Itami having to face Sho in his first match. Snap German suplex. Could it be? Oh, wow, another early kick out. It will be the case that since winning that title, Hideo Itami's done an awful lot to improve his stamina, his resiliency. He's now going to fight like a champion. Look out. What a flip. What a tope from Sho. You hear it from Bret Hart at the top of the evening. It's one thing to be the best. It's another thing to remain the best. And that's what basically Itami has to do. It's one thing to be a champion, to win a title. It's a whole different ball game to hold on to it, because now everyone wants what you've got. Before, you were just another cog in the machine. That wasn't meant to be a Brian Cage analogy. But you are just another piece to the puzzle, really. But once you become the champion, you are the puzzle. And every piece wants something to do with you. And Itami's going to learn that pretty quickly. Backstabber from Sho. Goes into the cover. Has he achieved victory? Oh, for Itami. Again kicking out. Must be some resiliency gains for Itami in this one. Must have done some training coming out of Chicago to make sure that his title win was no fluke, and that he can absolutely hold on to that title and hold up victories with some of the very best. Lovely tiger suplex there from Itami as well. Kicking the back of Sho now. He has impressed as well, but Hideo Itami giving him a tough run for his money. Cover is made. And look at that. Yo pulling the referee out of the ring. Yo trying to save his tag team partner there. Itami watching on. Sho still down. But like we saw on ECW, someone trying to get an opportunity, trying to help someone else out. Yo trying to help out Sho, and it worked. Sho back up to his feet, yeah, and fighting on. Oh, what a suplex that was. Leg drop as well. Sho alive in this one. He goes up to the top rope right now. That running knee was devastating, but he's found his way back into this matchup, calling Itami to his feet. Sho, lovely missile drop kick. Pinpoint with the feet into the chest. He covers Itami now. Will he get victory over the champion here? Oh, he was close, but not close enough. Itami just out in time. Slow up to his feet as the champion. This is Sho's opportunity. Snap German suplex once again. Will this be it? Middle of the ring. Oh, it's a kick out. It's a kick out, but it's Sho's opportunity. Here we go to take to make the most of it. Looking for shock arrow. And oh, Itami with a great counter. Counter the caliber of a champion, and now brings him in for the reverse GTS. Single knee face buster, but the name stays the same. drag show to the middle of the ring. This time, Yo will only watch on as Itami claims victory over Show. A tough contest for both sides, but it leaves in victory for the champion. Itami, your winner. Feast your eyes on the new global champion. It was no fluke in Chicago. And that reigns true now. There is your new NXT Global Champion. Who will step up to the plate first? Who will try and dethrone Hideo? Who will try to earn the respect of the Global Champion? Could it be Lio Rush wanting a rematch? Could there be more in the offing? All I know is that a lot of names are lining up for Hideo Itami. And folks, it is now time for our main event of the evening. Strap yourselves in. This is going to be a good one. Coming up right now, Elias to go one-on-one against Jay Lethal. Has all the hallmarks of a strong main event. Elias, since his arrival to NXT, for as little as we really know about the Drifter, what he has made a strong impact of is putting on really good matches. Elias seems to have pulled that off an awful lot, and he's been kind of cast in this. It's very much like an Ishii scenario. He's put in big matches, but doesn't always claim victory in them. That could change here tonight. Elias versus Jay Lethal. Two guys who will, of course, be looking to make a statement message, be looking to try and present themselves maybe as the next challenger towards Brian Cage's NXT Championship. I said about the work of Elias. Lethal for the longest time was in that same state as well. That has to be said. And I think Elias wants to do what Jay Lethal is doing now, and what better way to try and start the process of pulling that off than to beat Jay Lethal in this main event, claim victory over him, and show that you're really the guy who NXT should be keeping an eye out for. Like I said, Lethal was in that predicament. I would argue, as it stands, I think he's worked himself back into the top 5 here on NXT. And he's done that by being smart. He's won his matches. He's kept his mouth shut. He hasn't got involved in any one-upsmanship. He hasn't got involved in any feuds. He's just been going out to the ring, putting on really good matches and winning them. As simple as can be. And what that has meant is that Jay Lethal's head has gone from kind of being all over the place, from kind of being a bit neither here nor there, to being locked on once again, to being focused once again, to wrestling, to claiming victory. I said that for the longest time about Lethal once he came down to NXT. He is a great athlete, but there was always that element of him where he just did not click. He did not lock his head into the match, and every single time he didn't do that, he was not respecting the ability that he has. And now, with it right in front of him, and with his head back on straight, he can absolutely, 100%, I think, make a claim towards the NXT Championship. And a victory here tonight will prove that I am not talking jibber jabber, I am not talking nonsense, I am making a strong point. Yes, he is absolutely no Jeff Cobb in terms of the presence of his body, but in so many ways, he could be even better than Cobb. Yes, he was pinned by Cobb in the Fatal 4-Way matchup, but remember, Lethal is a very, very skilled athlete. Tyler Bate had all the makings of being a guy who could beat Brian Cage. The problem was, he was too small. He was too small. Jay Lethal is the right height to cap off a guy like Cage, and could be the right guy to claim the NXT Championship. Lethal now looking to take high risk early on. Oh, smacked in the face by Elias. And I think that's something that very quickly brought Lethal and myself back down to earth. This isn't a match about Jay Lethal. This is a match about both guys. This is a match about both wanting the win, both wanting to start the road to Brooklyn strong. Look at these chops in the chest now by Elias. Knee lift as well. It brings Lethal off his feet. Covers made, kick out. Let's see what will happen now. Up to his feet comes Elias here. Smacked around there. forearm in the back. Rolling cutter. And Elias, after countering that attempted suicide dive, has started out strong in this one. See where this keeps on going as this matchup progresses on here. Elias looks for a kick in the gut. Counter by Lethal. Elbow right down on the knee. Here come the kicks and the strikes. Discus forearm. Elias comes off his feet. Lethal sends him over the top rope now, looking for something risky maybe. No, but he's definitely looking for something effective. Neck breaker there. Rope hung neck breaker. Nothing Elias could do to prevent a huge fall coming his way. Back elbow now. And loading up that chop in the chest. Jay Lethal on the second rope, looking to take a risk here on Elias. Went for a double axe handle. Elias moves out of the way and capitalizes again with that knee lift right into the face of Lethal. The former United States champion in trouble right now as Elias takes control, showing great power to throw Elias some ways across the ring there. Uh-oh, powerbomb incoming, maybe. No! Canadian backbreaker from Elias, a move I have not seen in a long time being broken out. Lethal could be in trouble. Canadian backbreaker stitched in here. Oh, good escape from Lethal there. Split the arms, wiggled his way out. Nothing flashy, but a very effective escape. Kicking away at the leg now. Lethal trying to pin some more moves together, trying to get control in this matchup once again. Elias has done a really good job in this contest thus far, it must be said. There's another hard chop in the chest from Lethal. Elias really struggling to combat those chops. It's a great opportunity for Lethal to start picking some moves together. It's a really effective move, and we're seeing it by Elias kind of struggling right after it. In the corner again, he is sent. Gets out of it quickly though before Lethal can make his way over there. Small package, roll up. Could it be another roll up win here tonight? Kick out very early on by Elias, denies that being an outcome. Lethal now. Oh, plants him under the mat. Covers made. Will it be enough? He was close. Very close indeed. Kick out at 2 there by Elias. Lethal standing over Elias right now, realizing though the opportunity is right in front of him. He could try and end this if he wanted to. He could look for the figure 4, the lethal injection maybe. Looks instead for a dragon suplex, and that is an incredibly well-versed counter from Elias, and a strong move to pull off after it. Fireman's carry, gorilla press slam there, and a second rolling cutter will plant Lethal into the mat. Trouble brewing for Lethal. Kind of there though. I think there was an attempted move made, but it just didn't pan out the way he wanted it to. Elias had it backfire on him, and in comes Jay Lethal now, perching Elias up on the top rope. Elias though with a counter, and Elias high risk. Double axe handle down on Lethal. You could see the force that was put in that. And now Elias looking to seal a huge win. Looking to put himself in the talking point for the title. Taken away. Lethal counters the drift away. And a cut though, I assume, from that double axe handle has emerged on the head of Lethal there. Oh, up against the ropes. This is not where you want to be with Jay Lethal. Irish whip though. Huge spine buster. Middle of the ring. Will it be enough for Lethal to claim victory in the main event? Kick out at 2. And Lethal second guessing the referee's count there as if to say that should have been enough. Lethal goes up to the top rope. Elias though slowly bringing himself to his feet. Lethal lies in wait, ready and waiting to capitalize. Elias turns into that double axe handle. Lethal laid him out. Lethal now goes to the top rope. Here we go. Elbow drop incoming. Elias moves out of the way. Too late for Lethal to correct his course. Oh my God, what are we going to see here? Electric chair Sit out bomb! What a move from Elias! Will it be enough for victory? Oh, it's a kick out at 2 from Lethal. What a move though! These guys are breaking out all the stops to claim victory. Remember, this isn't even a number one contenders match. This is just your main event here. But it does have repercussions. It can have an impact on the rankings that shape that title. Good body shots there from Lethal. Trying to club away. Elias puts the brakes on it. And Elias will look for that move again, it would seem. Devastating. Once, even more twice. Elias takes himself to the top rope now. Lethal in huge trouble. Elias incoming. Looked for the knee drop. Lethal moved out of the way. Great evasion from Jay Lethal there. Back elbow. Elias couldn't capitalize. He was staggering. I think he was feeling the fatigue of this contest because they've gone all out from the opening bell. Lethal up on the top rope now. Elbow drop down on Elias. And the Drifter in huge trouble. Lethal could be one move away from victory unless Elias can stop him. Here we go. Counter made. Lethal injection. Lethal injection connects. Jay Lethal into the cover on Elias. And he's done it. Lethal your winner in a very competitive, highly entertaining main event here on NXT. It has been a week of chaos as we head towards Judgment Day, but NXT with problems of its own. The invasion of the machine will fall out for perfect, potentially. But we end the evening with a great match and a great winner. Jay Lethal wins it here in your main event of the evening. What does the future hold for Lethal? What does the future hold for NXT as we begin the long road to Brooklyn?